This film is like a boiling pot that mixes marriage, sexual frustration, personal failure, and it has been simmering for years. It slowly stews all the ingredients of a modern long term relationship until everything becomes overcooked. This is what The Invite is all about.
Hi. Hi, come in.
Nice to see you.
We are so happy you're here.
Are we expecting people? Can we put curtains on this window? I don't like how they can see into our apartment. This shirt, it's nice. It looks really good on you.
Well, you could tell me that once in a while.
Hey, my name is Alex, and on this channel I talk about films in a more conversational way. Every review comes down to one thing: is it worth the ticket price, or if you're watching at home, is it worth your time? So let's talk about The Invite. That boiling pot analogy fits because this is one of those films that takes place entirely in a single location. In this case, is the San Francisco apartment of Joe, played by Seth Rogen, and Angela, played by Olivia Wilde, who also directs the film. They've been married for a few years and they have a daughter, but their relationship has become a cycle of bickering, disappointment, and regret. It's basically gone stale. Then, without giving Joe any warning, Angela invites their neighbors from upstairs over for dinner, hence the name The Invite. That's how we meet Pina, who's played beautifully by Penelope Cruz, and Hawk, who's played by Edward Norton. They are that couple, the cool pair who seems to have everything figured out and carry that carefree, laissez-faire attitude that Angela desperately wants to emulate. Joe, on the other side, couldn't care less. He's openly passive-aggressive, constantly throws sarcastic remarks their way, and has absolutely no interest in impressing them. And while Angela does everything she can to make the evening perfect, Joe has one issue he simply can't let go of, and that is that their neighbors from upstairs have extremely loud sex. Now, Angela hates it too, but she's far too embarrassed to bring it up. Joe has absolutely no problem on doing exactly that. That simple conflict creates even more tension between the couples and becomes the source of a lot of the comedy. Seth Rogen's character in particular turns almost every piece of advice from Pina, who's a psychologist, and Hawk into another sarcastic joke, leading to plenty of genuinely laugh out loud moments. Now, the casting is also one of the film's biggest strengths. There are moments where the pacing slows down a little bit in the script, but the characters manage to bridge the gap between the bigger comedic set pieces, and everything surrounding the performances just work really well. The dynamic between all four of them keeps things engaging, and almost everything that can go wrong during the evening does go wrong. Food gets burned, there's missing ingredients, or the wrong drinks, or no drinks at all, and every small disaster just adds another layer of awkwardness and tension to the whole situation. But it's the cast that does most of the heavy lifting here, even though the screenplay already provides a solid foundation. Seth Rogen is particularly good, Penelope Cruz is also reliable as ever, and together the four leads create conversations that are packed with subtext and resentment and emotional tension. We've seen similar films before. The very first thing that this reminded me of was Carnage, which is highly recommended. This one explores a very similar one location setup with really good comedy, but more of a social satire. Then there's Mass, which is again a single room discussion between four people that deals with the devastating aftermath of a school shooting. The Sunset Limited is a two-character piece between Samuel Jackson and Tommy Lee Jones, two friends that have philosophical conversations about religion, life, and morality. And they're all essentially stage plays brought to the screen, and they only work when both the writing and performances are equally strong. And thankfully, The Invite joins that list. Beyond being consistently entertaining, it's also surprisingly relatable. I think a lot of couples will recognize parts of themselves in these conversations. Beneath all the sharp dialogue and the cutting remarks is actually a mature relationship drama disguised as a comedy, and that's what makes it work really well. So if you're looking for a comedy that's as interested in uncomfortable truths as it is in making you laugh, then yes, The Invite is absolutely worth your time. I'll see you next time.